If my little sister came to me and she said she wanted to lose fat and gain muscle this summer, this is exactly what I would tell her. And this is not what the internet would tell her or what an influencer would tell her. This is exactly what I would tell her coming from the experiences I've had myself. Because I wish someone would have sat me down at the beginning of my fitness journey and told me these things before I wasted years of time trying to figure it out. Everything starts with your macros and calories. You cannot out-train a bad diet. And tracking calories is working hard, but tracking macros is working smart. And you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. You need to eat less than what your body is burning, but you don't need to be starving yourself. Just a small, consistent calorie deficit will work. Your protein needs to be high, and it needs to be a lot higher than you think it needs to be. And this is exactly what I talked about in my video from a few days ago. You can't build muscle without eating enough protein. You need to be tracking your macros until you understand what you're eating. And the MacroFactor app that I mentioned yesterday makes it so much easier than MyFitnessPal, so look into other trackers that are out there. And you need to be lifting heavy if you want to gain muscle. And I'm not talking about light weights for higher reps. I'm talking about heavy weights that actually challenge you. If you're going over 15 reps with any weight, it's too light. And if you can't get to at least 6 or 7, you're going way too heavy. Track what you're lifting in every single session and you will see how you're changing over time. Progressive overload, which means that you're working your muscles harder every week, is what's actually going to help you gain muscle. Without tracking it, you're just guessing how much you're lifting, and guessing is what keeps you stuck. And the Ladder app makes this super easy. I talked about Ladder yesterday as well, so make sure you go check out that video. Keep your movements very simple. If you're just a beginner, make sure you stick to the basic movement. You don't need to be doing anything super fancy or super crazy your first week in the gym. What you want to be focusing on is squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts, bench press, and rows, and repeat those every single week. Do not switch up your workouts every single session. Don't follow some random workout that you found on TikTok and then hope that you can see changes over weeks, because you're probably not going to be working the same muscles. The basics work because they've always worked. Get really good at them, practice your form, and over time you can increase the weight. Remove the decision fatigue, do the work, and you'll see progress over time. So if you're just starting out in the gym, make sure you're in a slight calorie deficit, but nothing too crazy. Eating high protein so you can gain muscle, lifting heavy in the gym, tracking your weight, and keeping it simple. And that's the whole process. Anyone telling you that it's more complicated than that is probably lying to you and trying to sell you something. So if you're trying to lose fat and gain muscle this summer, make sure that you save this video and come back to it when you need to. And remember, just start with one thing at a time.